Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Recently a student sent me a Visual Studio project which was hosted on GitHub. The project was disguised as a shellcode generator, but it was actually targeting the user who was downloading the project and trying to use it. In this video, I will show you how I extract the code from the Visual Studio project files and see what is going on under the hood. We will try to get some useful information like IOCs and possibly the payload as well. With that, let's get started. All right. So here I'm in my virtual machine. I have this folder open which contains the cryptor folder. This contains the solution that we are talking about, and inside this we have the pure cryptor folder. The CS project file is the file which contains the pre-built task which is going to execute the malicious payload, and you can see here that this is sort of some sort of shellcode generator, and we can see some dodgy files like original virus, etc, etc. All right, so I have this folder open in Visual Studio Code. When you open the CS project file, you can see that there is a pre-built task over here, and inside there is a command. Let me take this command and dump it in another text file so we can look at it in isolation. So this, and let's put it here in the main folder. All right, pre-build command.txt. Okay, control V. Yes. Let's do word wrap. All right. We can look at this command to our heart's content, and we can see some details over here, which I'm basically separating out into separate lines. We have echo B, which is a large base64 string, which is going to be echoed into b.vbs. Then we have another string C, which is going to be echoed into b.vbs again. Then we have D as well. We can see here that there is some sort of a concatenation command. Echo E is equal to B concatenated with D concatenated with C. And we can also see here create object. We should see here somewhere PowerShell execution, this one. PowerShell execution. So basically, in an essence, what is happening is that the base64 strings are going to be concatenated in a certain way, then they are going to be decoded, which will most probably form a PowerShell command, and that is going to be executed. The PowerShell command is going to be consisting of the variable B, D, and C concatenated, and then base64 decoded. So let's do that. So let's say that command encoded.txt, and let's start copying the variables. First we need B, do word wrapping so we can see the full string, and we can see that this is quite a big base64 string. Control C again here, and let's open CyberChef and see what is this command actually. Control V, and from base64 we can see the output here. Copy this and let's put it here. We can see that command decoded dot ps1 to this, and let's start doing some more formatting. So new alias like this, go here, expression like this, and BNB here, txt here. Okay, so we can see here that there is some operation going to be performed on this variable R, And then we have another variable called exp, which is set with invoke expression. And then hopefully what is happening is that this variable, which is bnb, is going to be executed. This bnb is going to be formed with some sort of mutation of this variable r, which is going to be converted through some magic into this txt variable, and then this bnb variable is going to be executed. So let's do something. I will put a breakpoint over here, save this file, go to our debugger and run this. So we can see quickly here that this variable has been decoded. We can go to this one and copy this value. Okay, copy this value and put this in the stage 2.ps1, control V. Let's remove the double quotes. Okay, and so we see that this is the second stage. I don't want to waste a lot of time fixing the formatting of the strings. What I will do is that let me give it to ChatGPT and see if it can help us. All right, so there is some formatting taking place. Let's wait for it to complete. Needless to say, obviously, that if this is a protected file or a customer specific file, then you should not be pasting it in ChatGPT. Then you'll have to use the manual mode. And I think this is a good time for me to add my shameless plug for the course of malware analysis, where I teach you how to do these things in a proper, organized manner. So feel free to check it out. Link in the description below. All right. So here I have the stage to formatted .ps1. Let's paste it here. Okay. We can see that there are some functions here and some more functions. We see a start process over here, and we see that there is some 7-zip executable here as well. We are going to see another start process here somewhere. This is the start process, and basically what it is doing is executing search filter.exe, which I'm assuming is going to be the payload. I don't want this payload to execute on my malware analysis machine, so I will comment out this part and let's save this. Okay, so now let's do something. Now let's put breakpoints on major functions. And now we are going to start debugging this. Let me remove all this. Okay. So downloading a file. All right, let's go here. The function p is being called. And we can see that there is going to be something, some sort of IOC or link in the variable d. Let's see what it is. All right, so this is a for loop. I don't want to go through this for loop, so I'll put a breakpoint at the end, and let's see the value that is returned from here, $d. And let's see what $d is. $d is basically an IOC or a link. We can see this here. So it does not allow me to copy it, but that's fine. We can basically format this document to just print it out on the console, and we should be able to take action from there. Anyways, I will not worry about that. Next up, we are going to invoke this rest method, and I think this is some sort of an IOC which is used to tell the script that if there is a response from here, then proceed with the rest of the execution. Otherwise, stop the execution. All right, so that's fine. We are going to proceed with our analysis here, and we have another variable which is going to be decoded. We can see some value over here. Let's see what happens. So we have another IOC which is in DL, and this time we have some new value. Let me see if I can copy this somehow. Control C. All right, so this time it worked. And we can see here that this is some sort of a payload which is hosted on GitHub. Let me just put it here and see what is going on. We can see that this is some Ruby freebase something. What I've seen is that every time I try to analyze this script, it is going to some sort of a repo on GitHub where a payload is being downloaded from. All right, so that's fine. Let's proceed with the payload download and see what else is going to happen here. The payload is most probably going to be downloaded in the temp folder, and we are going to see what happens over there. Okay, so let's see, get temp path. We can see the variable T has the path of temp, and join path with this. So we have another path, one path over here and one path over here. Let's copy the value. All right, this is one path, and this is the second path. Let's proceed with our analysis. So we are going to see this file being downloaded in this 7-zip folder or 7-zip file, and then we are most probably going to see this extracted in this folder. So let me open up this folder and see if it actually exists or not. It does not exist right now. Okay, let us proceed. So it's going to download this file now, and it's checking whether the file size is greater than 0. And after that, it is decoding the file or decrypting the zip file. Okay. So start process. This is going to decode the zip file or decrypt the zip file. So it is complete. Let's see if that folder exists now. You can see the folder exists now, and we can see that there is a file called searchfilter.exe, and we have some dodgy files here. I am assuming that this is some sort of a stealer. So it's going to go ahead and steal the credentials from the system. All right. So that was basically it. If we continue with this execution, we will see that it is going to try to start this exf, which is the search filter.exe. We are not going to do that. So here it should stop executing. So that was a quick analysis of a dodgy payload which was embedded in a Visual Studio project. And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for your time.